Hey, salutations citizens, Jackman here, and we are back in Dark Souls with the Jack Knight for possibly the last time. In fact, definitely the last time. We only have one thing to do. Well, I say we only have one thing to do. We only have one last thing no, hang on. We have one more thing to... No, wait, I have to kill the final boss, but there's a few things I need to do before we kill the final boss. Now, between recordings, I have gone about basically just tying off any loose ends, or at least, no, setting up so that I can tie off some loose ends. Now, one of the loose ends I needed to tie off was the fact that I hadn't got all of the gestures in the game. And I realised the only one I was missing was the Praise the Sun gesture. And I thought, I can't finish the game without the Praise the Sun gesture. It's iconic. I need that one. So I had to look and see what it was. To get it, you need to have 25 faith. I had 11. So I was like, okay, don't really want to put 14 levels into faith. What can I do? Apparently, if you do co-op stuff and fight bosses, the requirement reduces by 5 every time you help someone kill a boss. I thought, great! I'll level to 80, which I've heard is the sort of accepted level cap for new game. And then I popped down my summon sign after I finished the last recording, and then sat about waiting to help people with either Artorias, Black Dragon Calamite, or Manus. I was there for about 3 hours. I helped one guy kill Artorias, and then went, you know what? Fuck it. So I decided to put 9 points into faith. Because I thought, well, look, it's not going to really make me that much stronger against the final boss. It's going to give me 9 points in faith. So I now have 20 faith, which means I should be able to go and get the Sunlight Covenant. So let's go and do that. The thing about that is I sort of went, well, I've got 20 faith. Do you know what I could do? I could level to 100 and then put 11 in intelligence, and then I'd have 20 faith and 20 intelligence. And do you know what that would let me do? That would let me use... I thought I had it quick slide, but I didn't. That would let me use the Great Sword of Artorias, which was a weapon you got from transposing Sif's soul. Sword born from the soul of the great grey wolf Sif, guarding the grave of the Abyss Walker Knight Artorias. So Artorias hunted the Dark Race, and his sword strikes hard against servants. Yes, this sword for some reason has 24 strength, 18 dex, 20 intelligence, 20 faith. I don't think there's any other weapon that requires 4. There might be 1 or 2, but I don't think there's any weapon that requires 4. Now, the reason I did that is because I kind of misread the Wikipedia article about it that said, this weapon has the potential to be the strongest weapon in the game. And I was like, oh, that's quite cool. I thought, alright, well, I mean, it's only 11 levels. It's easy enough to farm souls, even though it's like 50,000 to level up at this point. It's still quite easy to farm them. So I went, yeah, screw it. I'll put 100 in. I now have 20 intelligence, 25. So I'm using it. Yeah, it's shit. It is an absolute... It's crap. What it is, I mean, it's got the same basic moveset as the Black Knight sword, except it doesn't do as much damage, and the strong attacks aren't as good. What you can do, though, is if you max out your level, which I think is level 999, and then you level up strength, your dex, your faith, and your intelligence to max, which again I think is 99 in all stats. I said that without checking, I don't know, because it's not going to happen. Then it's the most powerful weapon. As is... Yeah, I'm just going to stick with this. But it did mean on the plus side that I can now use sorceries. So I can now turn myself into shit, which is lovely for the final boss. I've been playing around with this a little bit. It's fun. There is actually some practical use to it, which I'll go over later. But yes, the point is, I did all this so I can now pray at the altar of sunlight. And there we go. Praise the sun. Friggin' finally. Now, I won't enter the Covenant just yet. I should have got an achievement for finding the... Maybe I need to enter the Covenant before we find it. Or before it clicks. But yes, we should have. So let's switch this out. Where is it? Praise the sun. There we go. Let's get rid of hurrah and we'll put joy in. And there we go! Praise the sun! Yes! It took us 70-something parts to get here, but we are finally here. We can now praise the sun with our sun bro, Solaire. Woo! Right, that's number 1 down. Let's move on.
warm. Give me soft.
Well, I don't know about warm and soft, but I do have a few things to give you. So, Snuggly here, we owe him a couple of bits. Now, I don't think I've given him a dung pie. I might have done, I can't remember. But even so, we'll give him one. Yeah,
Give me.
shush. Did that work? Demon Titanite, there we go. That's one. There we go. Egg of vermifuge. Yeah, that's another one we need to do. And that's two. Third up is one of our skull lanterns, and that gives us a ring of fog, which you can also get, I think, from Alvina's covenant. But we've kind of pissed off Alvina and killed all of her people, so I don't know that she's that keen to speak to me anymore. So we won't worry too much about it. Ring of fog. Those who befriend Alvina are given this mysterious ring. It resembles a pearl with a robust, pure white fog. The ring camouflages where its presence, helping to prevent detection. It's actually quite useful for certain summon farming areas, because there's one of the farming places you can go. The enemies are all blind, so they can't see you. But we'll cover that in a second. The last one is an item that has helped us out quite a lot. The Sunlight Maggot, and that gives us the Old Witch's Ring, an item that we could have chosen at the beginning of the game as one of our starting items, but I went with the Black Fire Bombs because... So I don't know why. I went with the Black Fire Bombs, because the weapon that you can get off of the Asylum Demon, I didn't use, and you can get it elsewhere in the game. Really, this would have been the better use for it, I think. But, you know, whatever. We're here at the end of the game now. An old ring with no known use. Old ring from an old witch. Engraved minutely with indecipherable script, but seemingly useless. Well, we shall learn that it is not the case. We'll do that in a second. There's another place we need to go. I'm kind of doing this in an entirely arbitrary order, really. There's not any particular order in my head that I'm doing these things. I have an order. I have a thing that I'm going to do last, but other than that, arbitrary. Why am I doing this, you ask? Because when you... Oh, don't die. Thank you. When you... Oh, don't die still. Thank you. When you defeat the final boss, you are forced into starting... Basically, the game ends, the game saves, and then when you try and reload your save, you start a new game, and you get New Game Plus, which is required to get many of the achievements, because you need to defeat the game twice to get all the achievements. In fact, you need to defeat the game 3 times. Well, you need to beat the game 3 times, but you need to at least do 3 playthroughs to get all the achievements. Reason for that is that Sif's Soul, there are 3 weapons you can make out of it, and one of the achievements is to get all 3 weapons. So, well, it's a shield and 2 weapons, and yeah, I don't know why every other boss makes 1 or 2. Sif, for some reason, they said, yeah, make 3 versions of the same, 2 versions of the same sword and a shield. It's stupid, I don't know. But yeah, there's other things as well, like, there's a different ending you can take. There's a couple of covenants I missed. But anyway, I'll be honest, I don't actually have any plans to do a New Game Plus on this game. There's every chance I may never touch Dark Souls again. But if the urge should ever take me up and I think, do you know what, I really fancy Dark Souls a couple of years from now, I want to make sure that I'm in a position that I can pick it up and just do the New Game Plus and be like, right, let's get everything that I'm missing and just sort of clear it out and pick it all up. So that's why I'm doing all of this. So with that in mind, let's go to the painted world of Ariamas. Here we are. You know, looking at it again, I think that is actually the tower from the Artorias of the Abyss DLC. I think they just reused the asset. Anyway, the reason we've come back here is I never defeated Priscilla. Now, that is one of the things that I have come here to do, because she is a boss, and she does have a unique... you cut her tail off, you get a unique weapon, you can kill her for a unique soul, and then you can use that unique soul to make a unique weapon as well. And I need all of those. I want all of those things. And then if I kill her now, I don't have to kill her next on my New Game Plus, which again is the reason another thing that I'll have to do. But because I haven't killed her, the game has lots of NPC phantoms. I missed most of them. Like, I think I fought the Thorn dude in the Demon's Ruins, but there's like 3 times he appears. There's one called Paladin Leroy who shows up 3 times, and he drops loads of stuff, and there's a whole set of armor linked to him that I didn't get. So that sort of stuff, I completely missed all of that stuff because I didn't go around human. Fortunately, because I didn't kill Priscilla, I can actually do one of them. Now, I went through this area quite a bit. I completely missed this area here. There's like an entire bit here that I just haven't been to. Like, I somehow managed to miss it entirely. I have no idea how. Absolute assholes. These fire torch guys, like, they are the scrubbiest of scrub enemies. They are literally hollows with sticks on fire. And yet they are so freaking powerful. For no reason other than because... For no reason. For no reason. There's not even a because there. It's just they are freaking powerful. Full stop. Was the noise of a full stop. Now, so there are a couple of items here, obviously, that I haven't picked up. But more importantly, I should, as I've humaned up, get invaded at some point. So, there you go. Dark Spirit King Jeremiah has invaded. There you go. He's up there. And, yeah, he has some interesting headwear. But he also has a notched whip, which is quite cool. But, I mean, really... He may have proven to be a problem if it fought him when I first came here, but... I mean, I'm level 100, King Jeremiah. You ain't shit now. I got his humanity, and I got his notched whip, which is nice. And I think there might be... Sort of stepped area is a bit weird. Yeah, I don't know how I managed... Like, I was looking up stuff that I didn't do, and I was like, okay, what about the NPCs? Is there anything I can do? And I was like, oh, damn. The phantoms only appear... Ooh, Pyromancer, I didn't know that was here. The NPCs only appear whilst the boss is still alive, which is why it's not something you can go back and do at the end of the game, really. So... Yeah, I kind of miss... I'll have to pay more attention to them next time, but hey-ho, I got one. So yeah, whip with sharp spikes, only slightly effective against armor and tusk scales, but quite formidable against enemies with exposed skin, also cause heavy bleeding. I think I did have a whip before, and I think it's pretty much got the same moveset, in that it's not actually got a moveset, has it? It's just one animation. Like, you can't even combo with it. I mean, that's quite cool. But it doesn't. You can't comp. It's no. It's rubbish. Anyway, that's one thing we've come to do. Let's go and take care of the other thing. Oh, I mentioned about the Ring of Fog, about alerting your presence. So these dudes here are really good to farm against because there's like 15 of them, I think, and you can put items that increase your souls, and they drop quite a lot. But they're also blind, so if you put this on, they can no one can see you. They can if you make a noise like that, obviously, they then sort of attack in the place you are. But if you just run around, they don't know where you are. It's great. It makes this whole process a lot easier. Honestly, I don't really even need to kill them, but you know, hey, I'm here. Ow! Alright, whatever. I'm just gonna go. I don't need to do this. I've got a bigger fish to fry, and because I've killed King Jeremiah, there's also an extra little present waiting for me in the treasure room. This boss might not be very I mean, she is still a sort of full proper boss when I attack her, but I don't know how. This could very well be a pinwheel type scenario, because, yeah, like I said, I am... no. Well, there goes my humanity. Yeah, I don't like that guy. I don't like that run. It's not easy. I should have gone on the inside, really, rather than going on the, going around the outside. No, I don't... Why I thought that was a good idea. Oh, piss off. Just all of you get out of my way. I'm going to kill your Dragon Queen. There we go. Bob and weave. These archers are annoying. I mean, I could kill them, but that takes like an extra 2 or 3 seconds, and she's not hostile, so I can just walk in and... There we go. So, hi Priscilla. And she just kind of chills out there. Just completely non-hostile. Before I attack you, there should be a corpse around here somewhere. Where are you? Hopefully I don't have to kill her for it to appear. It should just be here. Am I wrong? Ah, here it is. I was afraid of sort of coming up here in case it kicks me out, but it's up here. So yes, there we go. The Xanthus crown and, well, the Xanthus set. Importantly, the Xanthus crown, which is this amazing piece of headwear that a lot of people will like wearing in PvP, I understand. For good reason. I mean, look at it. It's awesome. I'm happy with my Katarina helm, but, you know, to each their own. The mysterious item once worn by the Xanthus King Jeremiah, the legendary exile. No one knows where it came from. Crown bears high-quality cloth, which is quite soft to the touch, but its bright yellow colour stings the eyes, and it is clearly far too big. I don't know what the description on the Xanthus overcoat is. Mysterious item once worn by no one knows where it came from, maybe tattered, but its bright yellow colour still stings the eyes, and that's it, really. So yeah, that's the Xanthus set in King Jeremiah. So now we have Lady Priscilla. So yeah, she has an item for cutting off her tail, which I would quite like. Now let me just make sure. I'm pretty sure if I do that, that's a nice forward chop, yeah. So we want to hit her from behind and hopefully do enough damage to just cut her tail straight off.
I expected as much from thee. Why dost thee hurry toward thine death?
Ah, yeah, she turns invisible. And you have to keep an eye out for her footprints in the snow. Oh, there she is. Ah, she's kind of annoying. So, yeah, she's there. But even knowing where she is, it's still hard to kind of hit her. Yeah, nicked her, I think. God, stop being invisible. Ah, damn it. There we go. So, please don't be invisible anymore, because it's going to make this... Oh, I don't think I'm going to be able to get a tail, because I think I'm going to kill her. Yeah. Dang it, Priscilla. That means I'm going to have to kill you in New Game Plus as well. Ah. Crap basket. Well, that could have gone. I was hoping my sort of opening swing from behind would be enough to chop her tail off, but damn it, now I have to kill her again. That's annoying. I mean, it's not really, you don't really lose anything from killing her, but she's like, I mean, she's harmless. It's a cool little boss fight, though. Her being invisible and stuff, and her feet appearing in the snow. I kind of wish I fought her without knowing that, because I think that would have been cool to figure out. But sadly, again, I looked up what I need to do, and that was one of the things. The other thing is, well, I can put Hush on, and I can just run around, and these guys don't even notice me until I go in their eye line. Then they start throwing stuff at me. But otherwise, I can like run right up behind them, and they don't hear me. Woohoo! I wish I had this battle earlier, because it's really, really useful. Anyway, let's continue on to our next chore. So, we've got our old witch's ring, which we picked up earlier. This has a very specific purpose, and it enables us to talk to Quelaag, the lovely spider girl. So we can finally understand. Look!
Quelaag, my dear sister.
So yeah, she's blind, and because the Chosen Undead is mute, I guess, she thinks I'm her sister.
What is it?
So, I'm already in her covenant.
Quelaag, my dear sister. The eggs, it hurts. They've gone still.
Yeah,
I'm
so
afraid it may be too late.
all her eggs have died.
I'm so sorry.
So, Quelaag's sister, Quelaag even, what she was doing is she was killing people upstairs and using their humanity to give to her sister. Because her sister, when the Witch of Izalith joined the Chaos Flame and became the Bed of Chaos and gave birth to the demons, it cursed all her family, which is why they're all, well, not all of them are spider demons, some of them are spider demons. She kind of absorbed the curse off of everyone else so that they wouldn't go, which is why they wouldn't go dead, which is why all the egg dudes worship her. And it basically made her immobile, unlike her sister who could still move around because she sort of absorbed all of it. So she was pumping humanity into her to try and cure her.
I'll be fine. I have you, dear sister. But
Yes,
promise me that you will take care of yourself.
so she's a very pitiful creature, sadly.
I'll be fine.
Now,
I have
right, so I should now...
my don't mind. I'll be but then why, Quelaag? Where
Oh, I feel bad for running away from her, sorry. I just wanted to...
Quelaag, is something troubling you? I'll be but that I'll be but that
No, she's supposed
why,
to.
Quelaag, do be safe.
It might be a case that I've missed it because I've already done it.
Quelaag, I'll be
Yeah. Well, basically, when you... I've already leveled up her Covenant because you need it to get the... because you need it to get the door to save Solaire. So you need to... She's got 3 levels. 1 at 10 humanity, 1 at 30 humanity, and 1 at 80 humanity. Now, I got the 30 humanity to open the door, and I already got the 2 rewards from her, which were Chaos Pyromancies. I should have pumped into her 79 Chaos, so she should be on the precipice of turning into the 80th. Unfortunately, I've still got the humanity that Xanthos gave me. I pumped humanity into her. So I shall give her my final humanity, and this should put me up to level 3 with her Covenant.
Thank you, Quelaag.
Rank gain, there we go. So now...
I'll be but that. Goodbye, Quelaag. Do be safe.
So her legs, like when you first come here, like her legs are really not moving very much and they're all slow. And now she's like, her legs are all moving and her butt's wiggling. Look at that! It's all, she's coming back to life. You've pumped her for your humanity. That's the max you can do. And I know that it's the max you can do because people have put into her the absolute max, which is something in the thousands, because people wanted to cure her. And apparently there might have been some cut content where she could go better because there's some unused lines, but it's not clear. But this is as good as she gets. She's as lively as she will ever be. I don't know.
My dear sister, don't mind. I'll be
Yeah, she doesn't... I think when you level her up to the first thing, she says something. She says something. When you level up again, she says something. When you level up the third time, she says something. I think because I'd already leveled her up to 1 and 2, I might have missed some of it, which is why it's nice to have the Witch's Ring early on. So there's nothing I can do about that. But there we go. I've pumped 80 humanity into the fair lady. She's all happy and fixed. We can talk to her. She's a pitiful creature, but very noble and sad. Now let's murder her. Woohoo!
Quelaag, but
And he turns hostile as well.
Why, you monster! The fair lady! What have you done? What have you done? Ah!
Yeah, he's not very happy about me killing her, I'm going to be honest. But there is a reason for me doing that. I really hope I don't get infected because I don't have... Anyway, she drops a Firekeeper soul, which is why you kill her. I don't know what he drops. I said I don't get infected because I gave my 1 egg. If you these bug things can actually infect you, and you get like a big bulbous egg growth on your head. If you do, you need an egg vermifuge to cure it. He's the only dude who sells egg vermifuge. Oh, I got 2 off his corpse. So there we go. I would have been fine, as it turns out. Yeah, sorry, dude. It's sad that you have to kill her, but I want my extra fire. It's the only way to get the extra Firekeeper flask. And honestly, I don't know that she has that much of a future ahead of her. Like, we know canonically what happens to her in that she dies anyway because she's in her corpse is in Dark Souls 3. Sorry. Oh yeah, yeah, because she's dead. She's a firekeeper, so now the bonfire doesn't work. I have to go out to this one now. God, like a loser.
This
I did do
I
those
salute
things.
the grandeur of thine enterprise.
That is a great way to
These
say you're a
allow me
cool
to
dude.
Express my gratitude. I thank thee, as do we all.
Really? That I've saved your entire kingdom and your princess, and you're just giving 3 bits of you to me.